everyone. Welcome to Challenge in the Field Research Review. Today we're looking at the effects of resistance training in youth athletic performance. Our article is Resistance Training in Youth Improves Athletic Performance. This is a systematic review that we found in the Athletic Training and Sports Healthcare Journal. So the authors of this wanted to see how performance changed for youth athletes when they did resistance training or strength training added to whatever it is that they were currently doing. So they looked at strength, power, running speed, sport-specific skill, endurance, change of direction, agility, and detraining. Starting at the strength group, they found that when resistance training was combined with sports-specific training, so the normal sport practices and all of that, the athletes actually showed more strength gains than when they only trained their sport. Similar in the power group, the overall power improved more when they added resistance training than when they did sports training alone. Looking at running speed, there were soccer players in the groups, and the authors of the study found that the speed was actually increased with the addition of resistance training over the soccer training alone. I see a pattern. So then they looked at the soccer technique testing. They looked at overhead throw velocity, overhand pitch, baseball pitch velocity, javelin ball throwing velocity, tennis serve velocity, tennis serve accuracy, basketball chest pass distance as sport-specific skills. So when they looked at all of those sport-specific skills, they were all improved when you had resistance training alone. So not when it was added to your sport training, but all of those portions, all of those skills were actually improved just when they did resistance training. They looked at endurance as well, found that although the resistance training improved your heart endurance, your cardiovascular, as well as some specific localized muscular endurance, the specialized endurance training also had the same effect. So in this case, resistance training, endurance training, they both benefit, but one does not benefit more and one does not add any benefit to the other. For change of direction, agility, they found that soccer training alone could improve your agility, and that adding resistance training did not add benefits. It didn't make it any better. So with this, we see that to get your agility better, you have to practice agility. Finally, they looked at the detraining. So when all the training was stopped, all the athletes started returning to their pre-training levels, but that the resistance training group just returned a little bit slower. So they maintained those benefits a little bit longer than the group that didn't do any resistance training at all. So we see a lot of these things are improved with the addition of strength training, but the most important aspects of a program is the design, the intensity, and the instruction that these athletes get. And these combined will help reduce the risk of injury. Speaking of injury, it's important to note actually that the authors, they indicated in their paper that there's no evidence that proves resistance training is more risky in youth athletes than it is youth athletes participating in sports. It's actually a little less risky just because of the injury prevention, so long as the design, the intensity, and the instruction are appropriate. So if you have any youth athletes that you know, or if you have a youth athlete at home, we want you to know that we have the evidence right here. Strength training improves strength, power, speed, and sport-specific skills, but it also benefits your endurance and reduces the rate of detraining so that you can be prepared for next season. And with that, that's all we have for this episode. Thanks for watching. We hope you learned something, and we'll see you next time.